Okay, so the second method is to make a table. And essentially what we're going to do, I'll show you right here. I'm going to use these line tools because they're convenient. Um, okay, so watch. I'm going to draw some lines here to make this table. Okay, this is maybe a little bit, could be neater, but that's fine. Um, and what we're going to do here is we're going to um, take this a minus 1 and we're going to write it as a and -1. Those are going to be the two pieces of it. And then we're going to take this a minus 11 and we're going to write it as an a and a -11. Okay. Now what we get inside is going to be what we get when we multiply, like this times this will end up in that box. Okay. This times this will end up in that box. This times this will end up in that box. And this times this will end up in this box. So let's do it. A times a squared. A times -1, -1a or -a. A times -11, -11a. And -1 times -11, +11. So now we've got these four terms that I will write out over here. A squared minus a minus 11a and +11. And what do we combine? We're going to combine these two terms here. And what do we get as a result? We get as a result a squared. The negative a is that it's really -1, and then another -11 is a total of -12. Okay, remember you're adding them, so we're not multiplying. They're not turning into +11. We just add them together. And then this +11 at the end, and that's what we get as our answer. Okay, so let's do that same thing again. Let's do a little table. Use my line tool. Actually, leave a little more space there. Okay. It's not the neatest thing that you've ever seen, but it's fine. And what are we going to put? We're going to put this here. X minus 8 is going to be x and -8. And this 3x plus 1 is going to be 3x and a +1. So now when we multiply, we get x times 3x, 3x squared. -8 times 3x, -24x. X times 1, that's just x. And -8 times 1, -8. So we'll write all this on the side. We get 3x squared minus 24x plus x. Remember, if something's a positive, you got to put a plus in front of it. And then -8. Now we're going to identify what are the like terms. Well, they're the x terms. There's this and there's this term right here. So if we were to combine them, we would first get, well, the 3x squared, but we would get -24 plus 1 is -23. What are they? They are x's. And then your -8 at the end. Typically, so what you're really gonna see is if you have the variable and then a constant. If you have a binomial like that, the variable and then to the first power, then a constant. And again, you have the variable to the first power and then a constant. Even if it's got a coefficient, that's fine. Variable to the first power and then a constant. Variable to the first power and then a constant. What you're going to get is two terms that have that variable term once, like this, the x's and the x's that'll combine. That's going to be a standard thing you're going to see. So let's box the answer, and we're done.